Welcome to the Beard Me That Beard podcast show. I'm David.
I'm Sam.
And today we're talking about dreams.
Dream a dream, lover, take me in your dream. Take me any way you please, boy, you're making me scream. Ooh la la dee, la dee da.
Warning, warning, warning. This conversation will start pretty simple, but we will definitely get into some real weird, mind-blowing shit pretty quickly. If not, this might be the last podcast ever because things will be said, chairs will be thrown.
Views will change.
Yeah. And to make it simple, we're talking about dreams like when you dream while you sleep, not
like
Sam's dream of eating food right now.
Oh. Daydreams are different.
Yeah. Wet dreams are different.
Your subconscious dreams.
Your
when
wet
you sleep.
subconscious dreams. So yeah, we might get canceled for what we say within the next hour.
I mean, like, what do you think you're going to say?
But first, the news. Sam?
A zookeeper is in serious condition after being bitten in the face by a camel. A 54-year-old man has been taken to the hospital after being bitten in the face by a camel. The employees of the Perleberg Zoo in northern Germany, between Berlin and Hamburg, was cleaning the camel enclosure and feeding the animals when one suddenly turned and bit him in the face, police said. They described his injuries as serious and said the man, whose name was not released, was treated in a local hospital. The zoo is closed at the moment under German coronavirus lockdown restrictions.
Well, I guess can't go camel and back now. Thanks, Sam. Now, let's get into the beer. Our brewery today is the one and only and local to both Sam and I. Rip Current Brewing is the result of two friends who were avid homebrewers and wanted to reach a broader audience than the guests at their houses. Paul Sangster and Guy Schuby came up with the idea of opening a brewery in August of 2011 and have been focused on opening a brewery producing high-quality, flavorful ales and lagers which capture our passion for craft beer. As a couple weeks ago, the ownership has changed at Rip Current Brewing. Via San Diego Beer News, written by Brandon Hernandez on the 21st of January 2021. San Marcos Brewery adds new partners and restructures existing ownership stakes. Last year, Paul and Guy put it out that they were looking for new investments or inquiries into the San Marcos Brewery and the Nova Park Tasting Room. Guy sold off his ownership. Managing partner and brewmaster Paul Sangster and John Borrow both expanded their ownership. The new owners who have knowledge and been in the San Diego craft beer scene enter Manny Ortiz and Matthew Holden. Today we're drinking Java Storm. This 10% ABV Imperial Coffee Porter is the base beer we use when making Vanilla Storm. We really like the big Kona and Sumatra coffee flavors of this beer and want to give you the opportunity to try it alongside Vanilla Storm. We picked our coffee blend to provide a rich, complex, dessert-like flavor profile that complements the base Imperial Porter. We use a technique known as cold steeping to bring out the coffee flavors without introducing burnt, acidic, or heavy roast flavors common in other coffee beers. The beer leads with coffee, toffee, chocolate, and some spiciness. The mid-palate is sweet with chocolate notes. The finish is dry, smooth, and somewhat roasty with minimal alcohol. Warning. All right, yeah, Java Storm from Rip Current Brewing. Coffee Imperial Porter. Coffee extracted from cold steeped Kona and Sumatran coffee beans. 10% though. Are you ready for that?
I'm sorry, you lost me when you said Kona, coffee, and Sumatra. I'm really excited for it. 10%. That is on the heavier end.
Yeah, that's my one thing. They said there's minimal alcohol warning, but I don't know. Minimal to who? Minimal to a brewer who drinks beer?
Yeah. It's all relative.
Yeah,
huh?
so.
It says aroma to, I'm guessing this is the aroma we can expect, a sweet smelling notes of coffee, chocolate, and toffee.
Yep. And, dark onyx in color. Well, we're not pouring this in cans.
And the flavor, a complex blend of coffee, dark chocolate, and dark caramel.
Caramel. Yeah. Java Storm. I haven't heard the word Java,
Java?
in a long time.
I always think of like old computers. Oh no! Hey, I like that color though.
I didn't do anything.
Oh no! Oh my god, that was compressed.
This is very
Nope.
So they're all bubbly.
No.
So be careful when you
fine.
open this.
Look at this. It's like, oh, I love that smell. That is a
I don't know if
formidable scent.
if it's the dry air right now that we have in San Diego during winter, but
fucking
I don't
kidding
really
me.
smell it.
Just broke the tab. How did I? I didn't break it off the can. I bent it.
You can't open your
I don't know why. The fuck? How did that happen? That's.
All right, I will say it doesn't burn of alcohol. Just push down into it.
There we go. Oh.
It doesn't burn of alcohol taste like an Imperial Stout would. And Sam knows exactly what I'm talking about. So what do you think, Sam, of the Rip Current Brewing Java Storm?
Let me give it a few more sips.
Yeah, alcohol. There's alcohol. It does taste like alcohol, but not a burning alcohol. It's a very sweet tasting alcohol taste. They do nail it on the head. Dessert like. It's very dessert like.
Yeah, definitely. I could.
Sweet, chocolatey.
It has a quality.
I don't know if it's as roasty as I thought it would be.
I think it's more roasty than chocolate.
I don't.
Oh, there is. It's like a.
I taste coffee, not roasted coffee though.
Okay. Well, okay.
I mean, Sam, they say they did it so that you don't get roastedness.
I mean, that's what I'm getting. But that's because I have a complex coffee palate.
They steeped it. You don't roast coffee when you steep, right?
Depending.
How is it depending?
Depending.
Is there a roasted steeping?
I mean, David, sometimes I just eat the raw beans.
So you know nothing. Okay, got it. I'm glad we got that Sam knows nothing about coffee.
It mentions dark chocolate, and like I get that more so in like the corners of my mouth. It's almost kind of like a kind of, you know, like sometimes when you have like a dark chocolate, there's kind of like a chalky almost quality to it.
I wouldn't say chalky. I would say bitter. A bitter taste.
It's
Not
hard
bitter,
to pin down.
Not
but it's
bitter in a beer way. Bitter in a chocolate way.
Yeah.
Bitter chocolate. Chocolate is bitter to begin with, and then we ruin it by adding all that sugar.
the best parts.
Cocoa.
That's how you improve chocolate. Cacao.
That's why I like cacao a lot, because you get. I like dark chocolate. I honestly like all kinds of chocolate. Caramel, mint. It's a pretty good beer.
It says there's oh, it's dark caramel. I was gonna say there is a very tame hint of caramel, but dark caramel makes a little more sense.
Dark caramel? Is that mixed with chocolate?
No, you just leave it in a pan outside, and then it gets bleached in the sun.
Wouldn't it be bleached caramel?
No.
Okay.
It's counterintuitive. It's backwards. Reverse, David.
You're an idiot.
We're gonna find out today.
Oh, no,
today we'll show some stuff.
I think we already know. Great beer. I like the fact
Very
that
good.
it's stronger than 5%, 6%.
It's literally like a double.
Yeah, that's what I like about it, because I feel good after half a can.
You certainly are gonna be on a good one.
And
like,
I'm
after
really
one
happy
can.
these are in a 6-pack and not a 4-pack of taller cans. Can you imagine drinking 2 16 ounces versus
No,
2 12 ounces?
This is the correct size for this drink.
Yeah, I love the can too. Little
Yeah.
gradient, little San Diego kind of people kayaking on Mission Bay.
The red on this dark
Also,
blue.
me and Sam lived in San Marcos for most of our life, so I've only been to the North Park tasting room though.
For these guys,
For Rip Current. Yeah. I've only been to the North Park tasting room.
What's it like? Is it a big space?
It's a little bit different. The bar itself is it honestly looks more like a bar
Oh, really?
than anything. But they have like a kitchen, like a big ass kitchen too. So like you get there's all food, like different types of food.
That is already an instant hook for me.
I think they had a pool table last time I was there. It's been years, but the building itself doesn't look like a bar. It just It's like attached to like some businesses. It's at the end of a street.
Is it like in a warehouse kind of deal?
No. It's in North Park on 30th, where all the breweries are.
Oh, okay. On that strip.
Interesting. But it's like doesn't look like a brewery, or compared to the other breweries that are there, it doesn't look like it. But they do have food that people forget about. But yeah, this is a great beer. I like it a lot. I would be so happy if they did this beer in nitro.
Oh.
A little more creamier, a little more taste, no carbonation or less carbonation, but nitro is kind of my favorite thing in the whole wide world.
Well, good on you guys at Rip Current.
This is really good.
You got a great punchy beer in a nice packaging.
Yeah, I don't taste toffee, but I don't
really get that too much. But
I do get chocolate, sweet, and coffee. The real flavor of coffee beans.
I think you nailed it on the head.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Kudos.
Thanks, Rip Current. Dream a dream, Captain Jack once said.
I dreamed a dream of a time gone by.
Whatever her name is, Susan Boyles once sang. What is that? Britain Got Talent?
Don't know, man.
So yeah, we're talking about dreams. Sam, have you ever had a dream where you had sex with me or kissed me?
I have had a dream. Not that dream. What is it? Say it one more time.
Have you ever had a dream where you had sex with me or kissed me? This is from a website, by the way.
Well, what's the link?
Our website.
Oh, I was like, where?
The website.
What website knows about this? No.
Yeah.
In your dreams, David, have you ever had a dream?
The first question: what is a dream? Go ahead, Sam.
A dream. A dream is a mind movie that plays when you're sleeping. That, you try to record, but you just have a shitty mental VCR in your brain. So, like, I don't know. Either that or you're using shitty blank tapes. So, unless you take steps immediately, you're probably going to forget it.
That's a good way of saying that, because especially the fact that you don't remember your dream that much.
Most of the time.
Yeah, unless it's like really, or you just remember the beginning and the end.
Like, a lot of the time, if I can't remember a dream, the thing that sticks with me is like the feeling of a dream. Like, I'll be like, if it was like a bad dream or something, like, it's like I'll have like a feeling of dread or something, but I don't know from what. Yeah.
Does that ruin your whole day then?
It can. I mean, more so when I was younger, like when I think I was more impressionable. But as an adult, you can kind of shake things off a little easier. But we haven't really gotten into it yet, so why don't we move on?
We may not. All right. So yeah, dream, something I like that. A mind movie that you may or may not remember because of your shitty recording. You didn't spin the tape back.
Yeah. You caught all those commercials in between, and it's just...
You just recorded commercials. Yeah. It was your first time recording on VHS, and you had no idea what you were doing. Personally, these are all personal questions to you, not just like you're answering.
I mean, I hope
Do you remember
you're going to answer too.
Your dreams or pieces of them, or nothing at all? But I guess you kind of answered that feeling. So, like,
when I was younger... I think I was more likely to remember dreams because I don't know if it had anything to do with my age, but for some reason I remember a lot more dreams when I was young rather than as an adult.
I thought you were saying like you dream yourself as a young person.
As I've gotten older, I feel like I think it has to do with the fact that I'm not I don't sleep very well in general. So it's like, like REM sleep.
Yeah.
Like you get into it after like so many hours. And I don't think I spend as much time in that.
Do you not sleep well because you don't fall asleep, or do you have like sleep apnea?
Well, it runs in my family, sleep apnea. But I'm a very light sleeper. So I don't like I'll wake up.
You don't get those REMs.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Okay.
Not very much anyway.
Do you take some like chamomile tea or something?
Nah, man.
Some pills.
I just when I inevitably wake up in a cold sweat, I'll just bang my head against the wall and knock myself back out.
Why do you have a cold sweat?
What?
Is that from dragging off too much?
Yeah.
Okay. For me, do I remember my dreams or pieces of them or nothing at all? Lately, I think the last like year, 2 years, I don't really remember most of my dreams. I can probably say I remembered one or two of them. But before that, I could remember most of them.
Really?
Or at least most of what I guess. But you can dream multiple dreams.
Yeah,
So
I
I
mean-
guess I remember one dream at least every couple days when I thought. But I could have just not even remembered any of them.
You could have.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I think I don't know if it's true or not, but I have heard that like, like every time you sleep, you more or less do dream. It's just like you don't
Remember.
you don't bring that back with
It's
you.
like a refresher for your brain. Oh,
yeah.
do what I want.
It's weird. It's
like a
weird.
shitting.
It's weird that your body does that. And like we don't really know.
Probably to protect you, but whatever.
Maybe.
So yeah, I guess that's a pretty simple question. Why do you think we forget most, if not all, of our dreams? Why do you think we can't remember? It's a good segue because we were about to say what we thought about that.
We were. So why do you think we can't remember? I don't know, man. I think because it's a different part of your brain. I'm guessing.
Subconscious.
Yeah, it's your subconscious, and like you have, less control over that bit of your brain. So it's like, there's no filter for like. Or, I mean, you can't set a filter for like what stays and what just gets tucked away or anything. So, I mean, it's hard to recall.
But then
that
what
stuff.
about those parts you remember? How is that? That just didn't make it through the mesh.
I think of it like so like when you watch like a TV show or like a movie, like subliminal messaging. It's like flashes.
Sex.
Yeah, exactly.
Boobs.
Yeah,
Penis.
yeah, or like in Fight Club. Like the famous thing where like Brad Pitt will show up
The frame,
before he actually gets introduced in the movie.
Yeah. There was a show I just watched that did that. Oh, I'm trying to remember. It was like Sunshine.
The show?
Not the movie. Sorry. That
Oh,
movie.
yeah. They
do that too.
definitely do that
The
in
picture of the crew.
Great movie.
It's
yeah.
okay to watch. It's just forgettable.
I don't know why it's like that, but that's like the most apt comparison I could think of.
If you had to guess why.
I think it's just because it's not part of your conscious brain.
Okay. But the subconscious is still part of your brain.
It is part of your brain, but I think it's harder to tap into that.
Okay. So it's just your
Having not studied any of that,
so you
and I'm just
so you think
spitballing.
it's subconsciously just a filter, and it's just something it does in the background.
It's like there's a wall between your conscious and subconscious, and I think it's just some stuff kind of leaks through every now and then.
Okay. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, that's how I read it.
I think it
could be totally wrong.
I think it's just your brain processing your day or how you're feeling or your fears at that time when you sleep, and but it's like you need it, so it like you don't go insane, and then it gets rid of it, and then like, oh, your body did it, but you didn't. Like your conscious didn't do it.
Yeah,
but
you don't make that decision
but
for
your
yourself.
whole mind did it, so you're like, oh, I'm not insane. I'm not gonna do something insane.
Maybe.
Lack of sleep, makes people pretty fucked up sometimes.
There have been studies.
Yeah.
Where it no one studied me, David.
Mind of a murderer.
Can we move on? I'm not.
Have you ever kept a dream journal? Dream journal. What is your worst dream you ever remember, and what's your favorite dream you ever remember?
I've never kept a
Per se.
I wouldn't say necessarily a dream journal, but I have written down like a dream or two, like immediately following having
say
had one.
that's a dream journal. We'll call that a dream journal.
But I don't write in consistently.
I'm not saying. I mean, people don't.
I've recorded a dream
in a
before
journal
with my mental VHS.
Cool. So you do have a dream journal that you use every day.
I was like, fuck, that was weird.
That
I kind of want to
up.
remember that. And then I rolled over, grabbed my phone, and just wrote a memo of just like bullet points. I'm like, all right, this happened. This happened. This happened. It was weird. And then I try to go back to sleep.
I guess you're a light sleeper, so you're like wide awake. If I try to write something right when I wake up, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Go wash your face. Go do something else.
I feel like that's a little more normal though.
Writing?
To just
But I'm saying it's like getting up to write because you have to write your dream right away. You wake up 5 minutes later, it's gone.
Like there have been instances where I've woken up and I was like, I should write that down. But then it was just like, I can't. I don't want to.
Then
Like
your
you talk
subconscious
yourself
kicks
out of
in.
it. You talk yourself out of it, and then you don't remember again. So
Your subconscious kicks in and says, "Oh no, fuck
like,
you."
No. You write that down. You're not coming back.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, you want to come back.
will wake up.
Come back.
in your place.
We just paused it. You can continue.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, worst dream, favorite dream. I don't have. I guess my favorite dream is anytime I have a lightsaber and the Force.
I mean, I'm sure we're gonna get into that.
Worst dream, anytime I'm falling asleep and I miss a step going upstairs.
I have. Really?
That jerk.
I've had I don't know. I don't really know how to describe some of the dreams I've had.
There was one dream I do remember as a kid being really terrifying, but I might have been awake for it, and it might have been like a, what's it called? Paralysis, sleep paralysis moment.
Oh. Okay.
So I don't want to.
That's something.
Say that was a dream.
I mean,
And
that is a scary experience.
It wasn't really that scary looking back. It was just like a tornado, but it wasn't a tornado. It was like in Constantine when the demons are flying around him, but it's just black things flying around me, and it's like it's that camera spin.
Oh, I was gonna say
goes from the tornado to my face, and I did it once, and I just remember that. But that was it. I woke up and I was like, "Do we have to take it to church?" I kept saying that, and I was like, "Why am I saying that? We don't even go to church."
it's weird the stuff that happens. I couldn't say my worst dream because I don't know. All of mine have a pretty negative slant most of the time.
I mean, negative to you, but is it the worst dream?
I don't know. I could say, I'll tell you one that I had that stuck with me for a long time. So it's like I had let me see. One I distinctly remember recording was like I'd fallen asleep and then I woke up and I was like in a dinghy, so like a little rowboat.
Okay.
On like the open ocean, and I was rowing around, and there was like this heavy fog around me, and then I could make out a shape in the distance, and it was huge. And as I was getting closer to it,
Good.
no, it was like a massive cube. It was like a giant Rubik's cube almost, and like I was like, holy shit, this thing's fucking enormous. And like I'm just rowing around, and I'm like trying to like go around it, and I'm like, well, what's the deal with this thing? And it's just like,
this is like a Legend of Zelda game.
Almost. And like the sun is like going down and like, this is going to make me sound nuts, but like,
no, you're more things have
it was just me, the water and the cube. And like, it was just the sound of the water lapping at the boat. But like, there was like this weird ominous feeling in the air, and it almost, I didn't hear it, but it almost sounded like there was like a really like creepy kind of almost soundtrack in my mind going at the same time. And I'm like, well, I feel like I should find a way to get inside this thing.
Even though that in the movie you don't want to go inside.
Yeah, well,
so you were living the sphere basically, but the cube. But except you were in the ocean.
Yeah, I was in the ocean.
You were Link
by
from
myself.
Wind Waker.
No.
Looking at Board Cube.
But that was pretty much it. Like it was a lot. Like that was the entirety of the dream. I never got into it or anything, and I'm like, I just thought it was a weird
or maybe
feeling and sensation when I got up. I mean, of the parts I remember, it wasn't that.
Cool. That's always the funny part. It's like you don't know if you did do it because you probably don't remember.
Yeah, but I just remember it was like this really weird, unsettling feeling the whole time.
I like that feeling.
Unsettling.
Yeah.
It's tough, and it was. You know, it's weird. I woke up and it was only like. Could you stop?
Unsettling.
It was only like 1:30 in the morning. And I definitely remember having only fallen asleep.
And you hear the UFO leaving.
Yeah. I definitely remember having just fallen asleep at like maybe like 11:30. So it didn't even really take me that long.
2 hours? That's a long time.
And that's like I vaguely remember like dipping in and out of falling asleep. So it could have been like after 12. So you know that, do you ever have that where it's like you're about to fall asleep, but it's like like the feeling of like you're about to sneeze.
It's sleep apnea, yeah. No, it happens to me too. Like when you're like, it's like you snore.
No.
Then you probably don't have sleep apnea.
Yet.
I have sleep apnea probably. I snore. So it's like, most of the time it's my body like, you're dying. Wake up and breathe.
Is that what it feels
I mean,
like?
that's what it is.
Oh, man.
You're not getting enough oxygen.
But yeah, I've had other weird stuff, but I mean, that's kind of the gist of a lot of my stuff. It's just weird.
This next question kind of sits with like a couple questions ago. Why do you think we dream? I'll go first. I think it's like a little refresher, like I said, like for your subconscious and your conscience to kind of filter out your day or how you feel or that month, that week, your year. I think it's like a little like if it was a computer, a little program that kind of like cleans you out, but lets you run these ridiculous things. So that way it doesn't build up in your mind and you go insane.
Okay. That's an interesting thought. I mean, I would say...
millions of years ago when we were first Homo sapiens and being like a early civilization, I think dreams were...
Us too.
Yeah, because we were back there. But like, I think back then a dream was like, hey, what's next? But now that we kind of live in a world where it's just like, shitty all the time, but like we're not... You and me aren't like, what's next?
Like, what do you mean? Like, we're not, what's next?
Like, our early ancestors, like, they had to find food. They had to find where they're going to sleep, water, all this. We don't have to do any of that. So I think back then...
not on that level.
I know, but I think dreams back then were more than just like a refresher kind of like for us. Dreams were like, hey, I flew over this mountain. I want to go see what's over there now.
So it's like you're drinking. It's like you're linking the idea of like dreaming, the act of physically dreaming, with almost like the idea of dreams. Like,
kind of.
Like you're like, oh, that's a thing I want.
I mean, back then it was like, oh, you can't dream about money because that idea did not exist.
But that feeling was probably there
want
something.
Yeah, no, but that's just humans. We're all greedy. But like, hey, I flew over a mountain. What's over that mountain now?
Imagination.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, kind of connected to that. Yeah, but like, what's next? But for us, it's like we're not explorers. We're not inventors. We don't have anything going for us.
That's depressing.
So we don't really have that dream mentality anymore. So now I think dreams are for comfortable fat people.
I feel like you're projecting a bit, but...
I'm saying what I think. So yeah, that is... You're just saying I'm saying what I think.
No,
yeah, I'm saying my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I don't feel that way.
I never said you did. I said I would go first.
You said we. The inclusive we.
I'm saying we as a, people.
Planet.
Humans. Trash.
I mean, how do I get into this? I think it's short answer, I would say it's just your body's way of just processing whatever your current or past feelings are, or just like, whatever experiences you have, and like it's your body's way of just like processing that kind of information.
Yeah, like I kind of said that.
Yeah.
Like a little program that like, hey, let's go through this together, but you have no say. It's like what's it called? It's like what's it called when they fucking like take you in a room and say, you've been drinking too much, or these drugs are hurting us too.
You mean an intervention?
Yeah, it's like intervention, but you can't say anything. And your subconscious says it all. And
well, I think that is definitely, I would say, I don't know if that's necessarily the only interpretation for that, but that is definitely a portion of that, I would say. Because like I've had dreams where it's just like, it's felt like it's just completely unrelated to anything I've got going on. But then other dreams, it always feels like it's like your body's just saying, it's like, hey, you're dealing with this thing. Mm-hmm. We're going to push it in your face, and you're going to have to deal with this in some kind of way.
Exposure therapy.
Yeah, it's like you're saying, like an intervention. It's just like, I don't know. In some instances, it's like it could be like you're addressing something unhealthy about yourself.
Yeah,
or
and definitely unhealthy things are when you're not in a place, or it could be just being really happy, or you won the lottery, so now you're dreaming about like, oh, I'm gonna buy this, this, and this. I have all this, but then it's like a death in the family, so you can dream about this person.
Oh yeah.
Like, so I think any emotion is gonna give you a dream with that emotion as like the leader. Or the obvious feeling. Mm-hmm. Or like a la The Mechanic. Like you dream about like the thing you forgot. Like you did something terrible. Mm-hmm. But yeah, dreaming, I think we can say it's like a refreshing thing that we do to maybe expose ourselves to feelings or events that we have gone through that have affected us in any way.
All right, that's a fair.
I try to say as general as possible because obviously we don't know what we're talking about.
Clearly, I would think there is a little more.
We'll
I would say there's more layers on top of that, but that is a good place to start.
The science, the actual, but we will get to that in a little bit.
Will we?
We will. Okay. Have you ever had a recurring dream?
That I'm aware of? I can't say that I have. Okay. Have you?
Yeah.
Really?
So for a while, and if not, actually, if I remember correctly, ever since I could remember dreaming, up until like a couple years ago, I was able to dream whatever I wanted to dream.
So you're talking about like lucid dreaming?
Yeah. I didn't know this was lucid dreaming until literally yesterday when I looked up what lucid dreaming was for this podcast. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I thought lucid dreaming was something else, but it's really you're just conscious of what's happening.
Yeah, I'd heard the term lucid dreaming before, and like the way they described it, like it's like, oh yeah, it's like you're in a dream, you know you're in a dream, and you can kind of control what goes on. I'm like, that sounds like a movie or something. But
so yeah, it's exactly like a movie, and you're the god basically.
I could say I've never had a dream like that.
I have had multiple dreams. I've had hundreds and hundreds of dreams like that.
Hundreds.
Like I had one like last year, where I've done this so much where I'm at the point where it's like if I don't like how it's going, I just stop and start back and do the whole dream again.
How does one stop and start?
Well, I guess to me it's like here, like you're playing a game, and you're like you have a save point, and you're like, oh, I didn't like how that went. I go back to the save point. That's literally how that dream went.
Is that how that looked to you?
Like I did the whole dream. I was like, I don't like how this is going, and so it's went back to the beginning.
So it's like your dream was happening, and all of a sudden the screen kind of like faded out, and there was just a menu.
No, I literally was like, I remember like
last checkpoint.
I was like, I don't like how this is. I'm going to start all over.
Interesting.
Yeah. So and the funny part is I don't remember. I never knew lucid dreaming was this. I thought lucid dreaming was like it was so vivid that you thought it was real versus being conscious of it.
Right. I've heard that too.
But I guess that would be a vivid dream.
Vivid dream.
Yeah.
It's a different thing.
Yeah. But yeah, I learned yesterday that I was like, I was reading the description. I was like, fuck, I was doing this for years. You get that in the bottom of your mouth.
I was like, let me roll it under my tongue.
Like chocolate, that like deep chocolate kind of taste. But yeah, lucid dreamings, man. I am the master of them, or at least I was. I don't do it anymore because
you are the dream master.
I think the sleep apnea is killing me. My dreaming. But I like recurring dream. If I thought it was like an amazing dream where like my whole world was complete, I would go back into it and continue it.
And this is while you're in the midst of lucid dreaming.
So I would have a dream that I thought was great. Next day I'd be like, all right, I'm going to dream the continuation of that dream. So I would go back exactly where I started and continue on.
So
it's like playing VR. It was literally like playing a VR game.
So the closest thing I would say I've had to that is like I would be in a deep sleep and be woken up for a moment. But like not like fully awake, where it's like you rub your eyes and whatnot, but like I was able to slip back under, and then I would just pick up where I left off. But I had no control, so
I had control of every aspect. And the crazy part, it was like it's all real time. Or at least I think it was all real time. Maybe
it
was
like an episode of 24 or something.
Oh no, real time. I mean, like as like
It plays out
in the dream. It plays out, and I'm controlling everything that plays out. But I guess that's my mind just being really fucking fast, or I don't remember it not being great, and it just restarts a bunch.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it could have been a great experiment for someone's science project. But now I'm really curious about doing a sleep study.
I've always
and then they tell
been
me
curious
like,
about
you
those.
need to stay here. You will die.
Well, you have a condition.
Yeah. We have never seen this great brain power ever.
We need to surveil you.
You can be president. All right, here's one that this might be a dumb question. Have you ever had a dream and then it happened or came true?
So, when we were doing, what was it, our metaphysical podcast?
The meta,
like
yeah.
way back when, like a few months
It was
back.
a COVID one, so it was, we were in the same room.
This is kind
You
of
dreamed
that.
of having that?
No, it's just deja vu.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, like I've just like because I've had it when I've been asleep too.
Yeah, but deja vu is always to me like physical.
No,
like
not for me.
I saw something. Oh, I thought I saw that. Like, or I've had this happen to me where I'm like, I had this conversation with you like 2 weeks ago, the exact same conversation. Mm-hmm. But I never think, oh, I dreamt it. It's always like, no, Sam's just dumb and not remembering that we had this exact same conversation. I've never thought of it as a dream thing.
Well, okay, so that's pretty much how I get it, I think, is like I've slept and then I've had those thoughts.
I've never had that. No.
So hold on. Like deja vu, is that known for being a thing people have when they're awake, or like?
I thought that was only when you're awake.
Maybe I just misunderstood.
Deja vu to me, if I'm correct in saying it, you see something, you're like, oh, I just saw that, or you remember it happening already. Not when you're old.
Like I get like that feeling I get because I feel like I'm asleep. I dream of a scenario, and then at some point in the future, it plays out. I guess that's still
like the meaning of deja vu. Oh my god.
What?
We're in San Diego, so I searched deja vu, and it's a strip club that first comes up.
Perfect.
Yeah,
of course it is.
So it says,
what a great name, anyway.
Oh, great name! Like I really want to come back here. Is that the feel? Is the feeling that one has lived through the present situation before?
It doesn't say waking or sleeping, so
yeah. So I think you're just dumb.
What?
I think you're just dumb.
I'm not dumb.
Sam's like, he'll say, it's like, when I say Sam's dumb, he'll be like, I'm not dumb, but then he'll be like, I'm an idiot. Like,
I'm not
by himself. He's an idiot.
I'll say I'm not dumb, but I have dumb thoughts.
Like that thought. But deja vu is only a dream thing.
But it makes sense. No. Like I'm aware that deja vu is the sensation.
But that's an interesting way to look at it. Like
Yeah.
if I dreamt it and you're consciously remembering it, then like, or like you don't remember when it happened, and then all of a sudden it's like, wait, I've been here.
Like this exact thing.
Yeah.
This exact moment. Yeah.
Or it's the Matrix telling you that the code was changed, or that you died here. And here,
or someone is trying to not so subtly say, "Wake up! You have to wake up."
Or when you walk by someone and said, "Wake up! You're in a coma," and walk away.
What a great prank that would be to pull out a stranger. You're like,
maybe you not should wake now up because then they wouldn't understand what I'm saying underneath my mask. But yeah, deja vu. That's an interesting way to look at it.
I mean, that's my interpretation.
No, this is all our opinions, and apparently a lot of people listen to us for our stupid ass normal opinions.
You shouldn't.
We are normies.
Stupid ass normal opinions.
We just say things that people are definitely thinking and don't fucking care if it's out there.
Sure we do.
What do your dreams physically look or feel like? Color, language, weather, feel?
So I was going to ask you a question along these lines. Now that we've been talking about this for some time now.
Okay.
Like,
no, I will not have sex with you.
All right, shut it down. No,
but if you want to make out.
I wanted to ask you. So, like, when you typically dream, I know dreams, they could be different dream to dream, but like, what perspective do you see your
Like
dreams
third
in?
or-
Are you like
or
third,
POV,
first? Yeah.
like
Is it like
someone sucking
are
my
you
dick and
like
I'm
the
looking down?
subject of your dream often, or is it about other people or things, or
It switches. So
It
it's either
switches?
first to third. It's like a movie. For the most part, it's always it's mostly third, but I do have first person, but it's mostly always third.
now when you're in a single dream, does that perspective shift at all? Could it be like third person to first person, or first person to third person,
it will do that. Yeah.
or just one
no,
perspective?
no, I'll switch.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't
That's
hear that a lot from
That's the
people.
one thing I don't control. If I remember from my lucid dreams, it's not. I'm telling you, it's like a movie, and I'm the producer and not the director though. So I can't
have the
control
money.
the camera, but I'm the idea. Like I want to do
Interesting.
this. Okay, cool, we'll do that, and then the camera crew just goes with it.
Yeah, it's I don't know what the general public
I will
idea
say this:
is,
I don't
but
remember color. I don't remember like cold touch or any touching. I don't have no sensation in dreams other than feel that I like how
like
I
emotional
feel.
feel. Interesting, because I
Like if I have sex, I don't remember it being amazing. I don't remember the touch of people.
I would say like more often than not, I'm very tactile with my dreams. So it's like I remember
You feel
like
like-
sensations and stuff. Yeah,
Like being choked,
like I've had more than one dream where I've been stabbed,
and you remember
and I wake up with like a pain.
it hurts.
Yeah,
Like
at
really?
least right away.
Have you been stabbed before?
I've there's been dreams where I've died.
No, but have you ever been stabbed before?
I mean, I've been poked.
But
I've been
have you
prodded.
ever been stabbed before?
like
Like really
stabbed?
stabbed?
Like I've never
if you've
been mugged.
Like you're just stabbing in your dream. Have you ever had that in real life?
I mean, I've stabbed myself on accident.
Have you ever? No, I'm just trying. I'm not trying to like give you shit. I just want to know.
I mean, like, I couldn't say for certain that it was like an authentic feeling of stabbed, but it's like I've had a pain.
But no, I'm trying to like figure out. Does your subconscious know that pain?
Maybe.
Like that's what I'm trying to like.
Yeah,
So
I don't
that
know.
pain that you felt when you woke up, was it? How bad was it?
It's more like localized, just general pain
Like a
in an
sharp
area. It's
pain.
like if I like say I got like stabbed in the stomach, I'll wake up and I'll have like a pain,
But
like
just
a general pain,
but
and
not
like,
like oh my god, I've actually been stabbed.
Like-
this is terrible. Like
Yeah.
I feel the tearing of my flesh. It's just
No.
like a pain.
yeah, it's like
Okay.
I got punched.
That's all I wanted to figure out because that's really interesting.
Yeah, I don't.
That means you have a big brain.
That's cool.
What's that guy do? For the longest time, you and I both
Aliens.
didn't know that there was a fucking
So
noise.
fucking- yeah, I always saw the GIF. It's just whoa,
We put it in there. I was like, "There's voice. He's making the noise."
stupid.
Okay.
But yeah, like so you don't remember if your dreams were like color, black and white?
No,
Or?
I just remember I guess in my head, they're just there. I don't remember them being any color. I want to say black and white, but I don't think it is black and white. But
So
maybe more sepia,
sepia,
brown.
like brown tinges.
Yeah, maybe. I
Interesting.
just don't feel it.
Like
Language, though, is always English, or at least whatever my mind interprets as English. And I don't think I've ever had. Maybe I've had people that didn't speak English in my dream.
have you ever had a silent dream?
No, I talk too much. Come on.
Oh, I forget. I forget who I'm friends with sometimes. No, I like so like I don't know. Mine are always all over the place. Like I've had color, black and white.
Wow,
It's
that's
almost
cool.
like a movie. It's exactly like a movie.
That's cool.
Yeah.
because I don't remember anything
And
other
like
than the feel.
Yeah, and like you, it's like always like shifting perspective. Like I don't know. It's really I like it. I get real into my dreams too. Like I'm usually like if it's a bad dream,
I'm surprised you
I
can't
feel it.
control your dreams. You
I
can't
kind of
have
like
this.
that I can't though.
I mean,
You're just a passenger.
you are controlling your dreams because
I mean, like,
your subconscious.
it's coming from you. I
But
mean, where would
you
this be coming
consciously can't control it. I kind of want to force myself
Mm-hmm.
to do this again, but maybe I'll wear my watch more because it does tell you that
Track your stuff.
Yeah. I just don't like wearing my watch when I sleep. Okay, we already really asked this. Have you ever had a lucid dream?
I have
Were you
not.
aware you were dreaming that you can control the dream? You haven't. I have mostly.
say I have.
Apparently, for the longest time, I didn't know that I was doing that.
I mean, like, I don't hear too many people talk about that. So, I mean, like, you're the only person I really know.
Yeah. It was a shock when I was like, what the fuck? I was lucid dreaming this whole time? Like, I literally would go to bed and be like, all right, we're just going to dream about this. And I would dream about it.
That's bizarre to me. Like, I know that there's a precedent for that, but, like, it's just, I've never dealt with that. So that's,
I don't think I can do it anymore because I just haven't really remember my dreams or have, I guess, maybe just being older.
Maybe you'll lose it with age.
Maybe.
It goes away.
All right. The next 2 questions, maybe 3, are kind of like explanations. I'm going to explain to you from studies about what certain dreams mean. I'm going to say what you think.
Let's do it.
So this first one is dreams about flying. And because we don't want to get sued, this is it's called Dreaming in the Brain from the Phenomenology or Neurophysiology by Tony Tonooni G. Nirwi.
What? You want to try that again?
No, that's
Tonooni
space G. Near Yi.
And that's a name?
Yeah.
Hey, man, that's a cool name.
You're an all-star. So this is from an article from verywellmind.com. verywellmind.com/understanding your dreams. And they have sources, so we'll post this all in our description and about below. Dreams about flying. Dreams about flying are experienced by many. They can be exciting and even liberating, but they can sometimes be quite frightening, especially for those afraid of heights. According to Tony Chris, author of Dream Dictionary, dreams about flying often represent 2 very different sides. On the one hand, such dreams can represent feelings of freedom and independence. On the other hand, they can indicate desire to flee or escape from the realities of life. Flying alone occurs most frequently, he writes, showing the independent aspect of flying, but because it often involves positive feelings of pleasure, flying may depict our sexuality, especially aspects of it expressing freedom from social norms and restraints.
Interesting. Flying. I've heard that's a common one.
Yeah.
Is that
I chose common ones so that we could share something. I've had a dream about flying, but I will say this, I never had a dream just about flying.
There's always more going on.
Flying was the smallest aspect. I had powers and I could fly.
So it's like a hero fantasy. Like a power fantasy.
I would say more like a god fantasy.
You would have a dream like that.
I've had hundreds of dreams. Hundreds. Where I am an alien. I don't find out till later. And I basically own this planet. And I can fly. And I can do whatever I want, really. But it's like protecting the planet because I was like, oh, well, you guys are all shitty.
I guess I'll help you.
No, I was like, I don't fucking care anymore. Let my, it was like an alien invasion kind of thing. It was like a kind of Goku kind of thing.
A Goku kind of thing?
A
Dragon
Ball. Where
they
send you to places to like.
In a pod.
Yeah, to lay out.
To scout.
Yeah. So it was kind of like that. But flying was just like I had a power.
Okay.
It was never like I'm flying through the sky like California,
like a leisurely glide,
soaring over California Adventure. From California Adventure,
California Soaring or whatever it is.
That's that fucking ride. But yeah, I've never had a dream where it was just about flying. But I guess I could see it as a escape. I see it more as an escape.
You
just want to fly.
I've never had a flying dream.
An eagle. What's it called? I'm like a bird. I only fly away.
I'm like an eagle. I want to fly away. It's not how that goes. Do.
We can't sing that.
No, we didn't.
We won't because he's a bad man. But goddamn, that's a great song.
I've never had a flying dream.
Okay.
But yeah, I could definitely see why like that would be like kind of like symbolic of like some kind of freedom.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I've unchained myself from the shackles of such and such of a relationship or just some commitment that I didn't want.
Diet, working out, something. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can also see it as like maybe I need the lockdown.
The lockdown?
like to be locked down, to committed to something. Like I'm too free.
See, like
Freedom, too
Really?
much freedom in, I would say, like certain things is bad.
well, I agree with you there, but I don't.
But maybe like like we're different and we see things differently. But our dreams, like people can dream about flying and be like, I've lived this free life. I just kind of want to settle down now.
Yeah. No, it could be. It could, like, I feel
Tinder
like
boy syndrome.
Tinder boy syndrome. That's good. Yeah, no, like of course everything can be interpreted in several ways by whoever, but like, yeah, it's just I don't know what I was gonna say.
Okay, fine with me.
Flying dreams. It's a common thing.
All right, we will probably be our last one, and I gotta choose. We'll choose this one. This one has
Make your choice.
dreams about falling, and this is the source, linking physiological need experiences to daily and recurring dreams. There are 2 authors. Oh, was that because there's 2 authors in that first one? All right, there are 3 authors. Van Stinkiste, M. Campbell,
making that up.
and Weinstein. Look at that. Big word.
Weinstein. You sure you want to read that?
Look at that. Van Kiest.
Van Stinkiste,
There
M.
you go. Dreams about falling from great heights are very common. While there is a popular myth that if you hit the ground in your dream, you will die in real life, it simply is not true. So what exactly could dreams about falling really mean? According to many popular dream interpretations, and at least one study, falling dreams are a sign of that something in your life isn't going well. It might suggest that you need to rethink a choice or consider a new direction in some area of your life. Dreaming of falling is very common. It is a symbol of fear in real life, perhaps of failing at work in or in your love life. Falling often expresses a need to let yourself go more and enjoy life more. That second one's kind of weird to me.
How so?
How does me falling? I mean, I think we can all consciously say falling sucks.
Maybe.
Because
It's interpretive.
like falling out of an airplane means you don't have a parachute.
You could be
You're gonna die.
falling in love.
I'm saying physically, not emotionally.
You could physically fall in love. You
can
could
also
trip
just say-
into somebody's arms.
L is for the love I have for you.
Embrace me.
That's I don't know if I agree with that total last one, but I think it's always a bad thing when you're falling.
I don't necessarily think so.
Because
But,
it's
okay,
it's
go
like
ahead.
your subconscious is warning you. Like, hey, be careful. Warning.
It's a siren in your
Yeah.
brain. Warning. Stop now.
Yeah, but I always feel like falling is there's I agree, the fear in real life. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's failing too. Like, or
I
you're
can see
that
that.
or that you're going to fail no matter what. Because if you're falling, there's like no chance that you're going to survive.
I can see that. Do you have now is there a notable dream you have?
I don't fall.
of falling?
I mean, I have those.
I don't fall.
I have those weird jerking,
I'm on top of things.
jerking fall dreams a lot, but not. I've never fell. Because
See the man.
I'm fucking God.
That's interesting.
I would have made a great preacher, I think,
You think?
or a life coach.
I mean, you definitely dish.
I can make people do things that are good for them that they don't want to do.
Maybe.
I'm not, or I would have been a great cult leader.
I think you nailed it. That sounds like the
Would I
one.
do it for the money though,
The notoriety.
or the power?
But falling, so I've had a fair amount of falling dreams. But like, I don't necessarily. It's funny. Like, I never really. I mean, I guess I kind of thought of them that way. But like with these last 2 little snippets that you've read, like I guess I kind of took for granted the fact that like there's a lot of symbolism that's involved with dreams. Like it's like, oh, you're having this experience, but it's like a stand-in for this other thing.
Yeah.
Kind of
Or
thing.
is it like how our eyes see things upside down, really? And it's like a reflection. So if you're falling, are you actually falling up? So
Anyway.
then maybe the succeeding part, maybe you're afraid of succeeding.
But then this is like the interpretive part. Of
Yeah,
dreaming.
that's what I'm saying. I mean, I love that they say interpretations because there's really no science.
Well, because dreams are so subjective. So
you can't view dreams.
Yeah, like
Yet.
I do like the idea of dreams being like symbolic of experiences and things, or representative of things that you're going through or experiences.
People, person,
but like
things,
I don't
nouns, yes.
yeah. Certain things of literature, grammar terms. But like I've had dreams where it's like I mentioned it before, where it's just like they're like inconsequential. It's like, what the fuck was that about?
Yeah.
Just like nothing. Like my most
But they were about something though. You just didn't understand it.
maybe
Yeah.
don't understand. Maybe still don't understand.
Or maybe it was like that dream was about celery and how much I hate it, but now I love it.
My most memorable falling dream. I just want to share because it was so weird. Like I was at the beach.
And that's all we have time for today.
Thank you guys. I was at the beach and I was surfing. Do not know how to surf. But it was like a bright sunny summer day and like I was surfing and then all of a sudden just a monster wave, like comically
And you
large.
fell like into the depths of the ocean.
Comically large wave, like 1,000 feet high. I'm on the top of the wave and I'm riding it. And it
You
is
don't
like
ride on top of the wave when you're surfing. You ride up it. Even I know that.
in real life. In my brain, I'm on top of the wave. No physical explanation for
So you
why this is
caught it
happening.
perfectly.
I'm on it, and then it dips
that's your
down,
fall.
and I fall off, and it is ravaging people on the beach at this point.
So
and
you're
like
gonna
I'm
survive.
falling, and then like you think I'm gonna survive?
Well, you just put your hands together.
Well, I'm falling thousands of feet into the sand, and then like it's like
I thought you meant over the water.
I was over the water. It's
No,
crashing
no,
over
no, I
the
see
land.
it, I see
And then
it.
I just like, it was almost like a Roger Rabbit situation
Somehow
where I
it
hit the
launched
sand.
you.
I hit the sand, I dip in and just pop out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like the most I remember about that dream. It's just so fucking weird.
That's a la Matrix when he hits the ground.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know what that meant. There was no symbolism I had that could explain like
I mean,
what I was going through at the time.
At the
I
time,
don't
yeah.
know.
At the time we would have to know. But
I
you probably
had
don't
nothing.
remember.
Weird.
Did you
It was
have
a
fun
weird
today,
dream.
Sam?
I did. I feel like this is
might be a part 2 later
There-
in the year because we can go into this more deeply or
Yeah.
have someone that knows what they're talking about.
We're old enough to have had many dreams
Yeah.
and opinions and things. Yeah, this is fun. I hope you guys had fun.
Yeah, we have one more thing. On this week's suggestion.
Thank you, buddy. So this channel, they are on YouTube, but I listen to them primarily in podcasting format.
You mean like this?
Kind of like this.
Like what we're
kind of
doing.
like this. But the small beans, they're called small beans, and they are a how do I describe it?
Content
I'll just read their about real quick. It's a web community started by two guys, Michael Swaim and Abe Epperson, both formerly of Cracked. If you guys are familiar with Cracked, from the golden years,
The
they kind of had
channel,
a
right?
yes.
Pornhub channel.
No, absolutely not. But yeah, so here's a little snippet they said about themselves. We make a few beans a week, including podcasts, videos, scripts, works in progress, and other frijoles pequeños. The only place to see all Small Beans content is at their official home. Oh, you don't need that bit. You could cut
What's
that.
their official home?
They're directing to their Patreon. But
You can direct it to that if people want to check that out. What's the Patreon?
so
Patreon.com
you can find them at
/
patreon.com/smallbeans.
Okay.
But yeah, they're kind of a network of made up of a few separate shows. I just want to like highlight a couple that I really like.
Okay,
So
go
there's one show that I follow pretty consistently. One-Upsmanship, which is like a video game podcast, and they'll find a video game to like discuss, and they'll talk about like the mechanics, like the philosophy, the story. and they kind of analyze it through that lens.
Like a lore.
Sometimes, not necessarily.
Are
and
they
then
long videos?
so I listen to them in the podcasting format.
Podcasting.
So they're
Wait,
like,
so they do videos and then podcasts, but are they the same thing or different things?
so it's a network. So it's like they have separate shows under
On
the banner
YouTube
of
and under podcasts and under Patreon and under okay.
So like they cover a large variety of things. So that's one I like. They have another one,
kind of like this.
a little bit, not unlike. But another show that I really like is centered about movies. It's called Frame Rate, and it's the same idea. They talk about a movie. I know, it's so good. But they talk about like some of like the technical stuff and like just like philosophical ideas at play and things like that.
Now, are these people involved with those movies or games, or is it just like I like what you said, a critical eye on?
Yeah, well, it's not most of the time. They're not like involved with the features,
so
but they are
opinion.
like
Cool.
they are
but
people.
They know what's going on.
They know what they're talking about. They're knowledgeable guys.
Cool.
But aside from those, they have several other kind of things. Like they'll like do like interviews for like people, and like they'll kind of like talk about just a lot of stuff. They're really fun to listen to. They got a good back and forth.
You've heard it here. They have a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm. And if you like Cracked, they have a lot of the team come back.
Cracked is pretty funny.
Yeah,
It's kind of clickbaity now, but
it's different now because they kind of had a mass exodus a few
yeah.
years ago. But
well, it's because they want to make money.
But Small Beans,
people, Small Beans.
Small
Network,
Beans is
or
good.
is it just called Small Beans?
Just look up Small Beans. It'll be like a cartoonish
well, if I look
thumbnail.
up Small Beans, it's gonna bring up.
You'll find it.
Small Beans.
You'll find it. It's just little tiny beans.
Thanks for that, Sam, and thank you everyone for watching and listening.
Keep drinking, keep listening. Beer Me That Beer is a San Diego-based craft beer YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, and podcast show.
And for more of us, check out beardmethatbeer.com. That's beardmethatbeer.com. If you want to reach out directly to us, email us at bmtbinfo@gmail.com. That's bmtbinfo@gmail.com.